Pooch, welcome. Yeah, I got it. Still shaking, still feeling every single body hair on my body. I don't like bugs. I get it from Bree, you know? Ugh. I don't know if I'm allergic. I don't want to find out. What's more terrifying for me is it getting into my working parts and laying eggs or some shit. I don't know. I don't like bugs. I hate them. So, had to squish it. Couldn't do anything else about it. It's just what happened. We had to kill it, but it didn't look like a honeybee, so no harm done. It's just a dick bee. One of those bees that's just a fucking... It's just a dick. Nobody likes bees. Bees suck. Bees get out. Not our bee, like Beatrice, no, but like the fucking... the bug? Bees are not good, Sass. All the bees that aren't making honey or like moving like dust from one flower to another, the ones that are just weird like yellow jackets or wasps or shit like that, fuck them. They're like the cops of bees. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Wasps are bad. That's the thing. I didn't even know what the fuck it was. I didn't know what came into here. I could only make out that it was larger than a bumblebee. And I was just like, fuck this. I'm having like a German moment. I'm having like a Joel Vinesauce moment. I'm having a fucking Charlie of Moist Critical moment. Where I'm just like, oh shit, I'm a gamer and I'm afraid of bees and there's a bee in my house. What the fuck do I do? And thankfully, it thought that the flag that I have hanging in the window was very bright. And I used those powerful trans colors to smack it fucking dead before it could see me. Oh, I'm still thinking about it. It's just, I just listen, you guys, I'm embarrassing. I was standing out in the fucking, like, in the hallways of my apartments, like, just panicking like a fucking child for the past, I'm looking at the time here, half hour that I should have been streaming. That I planned to, no, not even, shit, it's like, what is it, like an hour? It's been like an hour and a half. I was gonna stream earlier, and here I am because I was calling my property unit people, and they were like, no, we can't help you, but I'm allergic to bees too, so you know, good luck. And then like they said to like call an exterminator. I'm like, I don't want to call an exterminator over one bee, and I did, and then they were like, no, we actually can't do that unless there's like a whole hive to go after. It's like, well, I don't want to find out if there's a fucking hive. Anyway. As you can tell, I'm a bit jittery from that. Thankfully, we have line stabilization on our art, so that'll be very useful as I am currently shaking like a goddamn leaf, because again, I'm a wuss. I'm a tiny little baby bitch girl, and I can't handle that shit, so that's, yeah. That was some, I thought I was gonna lose my life shit. That was like, oh no. Do I have an EpiPen? I don't know. That's the thing. I honestly don't know if I'm allergic to bees. I've never even let one come in contact with me. I'm that fucking afraid of them. So, and that's terrifying. If I don't know if I'm allergic to them, then it could either A, hurt me, mildly poison me, and give me a tiny wound, or kill me and close off my breathing. I'm already asthmatic. I don't need that shit. So I'm like, I don't know. I just don't want to take that bet. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just, I can't do it. Nope. Any hoozles, I'll go ahead and hop in here. Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me today. We are gonna, all bees honey, the bees don't work for you. Listen. I'm doing what I can. I understand the absurdity of my situation. I get it, right? But like, it's bees don't equal. I don't care. It might. I don't know what it was. Okay. I know that it was big and it was scary, and I had to kill it and put it into my vacuum cleaner. Okay. It was. I can't. I can't think about it anymore. Can't think about it. Wasps are predators. You know what else is? Whatever the fuck flies and breaks into my house uninvited. That's breaking and entering. I could shoot a person for that, much less a bug. But anyway, as we were, wasps are dicks. No, yeah. All large, flying, scary things are dicks, IMO. That's just my opinion, though. But welcome, everyone. Today, I'm going to be working on this. I'll get to the point here. I have not drawn Val in a very long time. I love this character. I created her not too long ago. And I've not been drawing her because I've been like getting all, stuck on other projects. And I'm like, I want to draw Val. I want to do it. I want to make it happen. So I'm putting on the drawing glove here to protect my screen, and we're gonna dive in. I learned from last time that doing the sketch on stream takes for fucking ever. So I thought, let me get that out of the way now, finish it up first. We're not experimenting, we're not doing the sketch, we're getting that done. And as you can see, we've got some real basic details here. The little determining factors is that drawing myself, it's been closer to my new model that's gonna happen soon. Y'all keep an eye out, probably on the 1st of next month, oh my god. But like, that's kind of got more of that like sort of ovalish shape. And then up here, we have it more rounded at the top here. We got like the little eyeliner coming from the bottom. And when I'm drawing, say like Dub, her eye shape, I just kind of unintentionally finally found like unique eye shapes for my characters, I know. If I go in here, let me open this up real quick. So like if I create a layer here, so like the way I do Dub traditionally is like I do still kind of have this little arch, but it comes a bit wider, and then like the spike comes up from there. Not as jagged as that, mind you, but like, you know, it just like comes around and it's like, yeah. And then there's like a little bit of a curve down. This one just kind of, the eyeliner just kind of comes from the bottom base of the eye. So there's a lot of different fun little eye shapes we can go with, but this is hers. I think it's my favorite for her. And we're just gonna zoom in and get some work done. As per usual, what I do with this is I'm just gonna pull this down here, make it just faintly visible so we can see what we're doing, but we're not just directly following the lines. We're having a little bit of free motion here. The G pen again, sorry, I'm sitting here burping like a freaking unprofessional. The G pen here actually has really good stabilization. We're gonna yank that all the way up to like 98 or something like that. 97 maybe. And we're gonna dive in. I'm gonna use some black here. We're going to use the line layer we created. And yeah, we're just gonna dive in. Basically, as you know with this, like rotate the canvas to suit the fact that your hands are gonna be doing the rotating here, and work with your hand motions. Don't make it more complicated than it has to be. That's kind of the rule. Kind of bring this up from like a tip here. And this is probably gonna take a few goes, it always kind of does, but if we just make it a little bit thicker up here, as we can. I like to do this in like one go. We can, but as you see, my steadiness of my hand is never quite so fantastic. It's something I fight with constantly. But you know, you get used to it. You make it work, you do, and it comes out amazing eventually. And you go, you know what, Self? You've come a long way. Look at you go. I'm so proud of yous. Here's a caramel. So you know, the eye here, real simple. We get like the little lashes here, just a little bit of play and everything, just some fun here, a little bit of expression, get kind of the lid going on in here, just real faintly but real noticeable at the same time. It's not huge, but it's definitely there. And we'll just get this going on here, just like, there we go. I think that'll do for now, and just bring that over here. And we're just gonna adjust that a teeny bit because I did not do a fantastic job on that, and just gonna do that. There we are, there's an eye. Looking great. I do want to adjust this, however. Bring it up just a bit. Perfect. Bring that in. Alrighty, perfect. Look at her. We already have an eyeball. We're just kicking ass today. We're having a good one. But yeah, how the hell have y'all been? What's going on? How's your life? I hope you're not hunting any bugs in your life right now, or at least metaphorical ones. I would completely understand. Life is difficult. Crazy stuff. I mean, it's kind of a downer, so I'm not going to bring it up, but like something wild kind of happened to like someone that Jay works with, and you know, I don't know. The world is scary. I want you all to take good care of yourselves. I mean this when I say it. Be safe out there. Take care of yourselves. I love y'all. Can I do here? What do I want to do? I think I definitely want to do the piercings, but I'll save that for later, because I have a trick for that, and I think I've actually shown y'all before, but one of my favorite little tricks when it comes to drawing stuff. But I think this will do for now for the eyes. We'll keep it pretty simple and add some edits a little bit later. But we got that going on. Let me bring this in just a bit, and we'll create the rest of the eye right there. Perfect, just like that. Yep. Get rid of that. Bup, bup, bup. Bup. And have I mentioned bup? Dare I say? Bup. Let's hop on in here and move this outward. And we're just gonna get rid of this. We don't need that. So yeah, we're bringing this up from the bottom here, kinda, sort of. So we're just gonna try to get those somewhat even, considering also that we are working at a bit of an angle here. It's something I'm trying to do more, is create like some, you know, more dynamic stances and positions. I was getting pretty good at doing just like kind of the side or quarter profile of a head, but also my poses were getting kind of stiff. My throat was getting kind of congested. And no, but like this one here, this sketch, I kind of like eyeballed it off of another artist that I follow. I was looking over at the screen and I was like, let me get this stance going. Give her some running shorts there, and why not a sweater? I thought, why not a sweater top, right? So I follow another artist that like does some stuff like that recently, and I'm like, yeah, let me try to incorporate more folds, more complicated material. It's easy if you can draw nude bodies to make skin-tight outfits. We're breaking out of that. We're getting better. We're evolving every day. If there's something you're not good at and you're trying to draw, do it. Draw it now. Like, just that's the next thing you should be doing. It's a way to keep you from falling into habits and out of the habit of getting better. Because it can be really tempting. It really can. These things, they happen. Can we do just a little at that? A little too high on that one. Right, also, I gotta pull this back down. It's like way too... Okay. Let me bring this to a rotation here. And just do a little bit of that fun junk here. Whoop. Nice. Perfect. We are looking pretty darn good here. How's that for the thickness of that? About the same, but we're gonna just add a little, make that a little beefier. That'll do. Perfect. You definitely want to make sure that you're illustrating some kind of like real depth into your lines. You know, if you're doing more like the, I watch a lot of, like, as I've mentioned, Maricune. I drew her actually. But like, she does a lot more like kind of PNG style stuff, very like kind of popping kind of logo looking stuff. For that, you can definitely use something like, say, the Milli pen here. I don't really do that though, much. I'll use it for like outlines for stuff, but ultimately I like the G pen. The G pen's just very versatile. There are variations, there are other things you can do, but when I want crisp lines, I just like, you know, the varying densities I can mess with are just so much fun, and I love that. You know, it gives it a more realistic, natural feel. I love the way this looks. Sometimes it do be as simple as that, but don't get me wrong, play with other pens for other applications. Like currently the art I made of me that you saw in like the Discord, you know, thing, that's my Twitch picture right now. Anywhere that you see me drawing stuff like that one I actually did with kind of this like crustier one. That's a little more kind of fuzzy, because this one, when you go ahead and take that line layer and you put that under a blur filter, it gives it that kind of smooth, kind of dreamy look to it. And I love doing that. That's very, very fun. And another thing that I highly recommend. So anyway, getting back into it here. Also, let me know if I'm too loud. I feel like I'm getting into the red zone here on the mic, so let me know if I'm, like, becoming obnoxious. But we're getting very close here. Yep. A little bit different here. Oh, that's the wrong pen. That's why that looks weird. There we go. A little smaller. I need to actually pull back the size here, I do. There we go. Let's pretend we're working with technology here. There we go. Love that, I do. The day that I discovered vector lines, my day was immensely, you know, you always use a vector layer for anything you want to kind of like bend and edit and stuff in case you do it wrong. It's just... It's a quality of life thing. You gotta love it. It's just a good thing to have on hand. So this is gonna be just a little bit less round if we can, just because, again, we are at an angle. It's coming from up here. It's a hard thing to get. It's a hard thing to get right. Something I still kind of play around with a bit. But once you find it, once you find that perfect medium there you go. That's eyeballs. We're looking good. Let's give a nose here. Whoop. Perfect. And for the mouth, I'll keep it simple for now. I might change the expression, though this is playful and fun, and so I don't mind going back to that. I'll keep that on hand. Let's just put this right here. And we'll just move on down to this area. And yeah, I think I'm going to zoom out just because I'm going to have to do kind of a wide swath here, a little bit of a working with my hand rotation. Let's just pull this up here. And I think that's probably a more natural starting place for that. Just pull this in, give it a little bit of a swish, having fun with the hair. It's all kind of blowing a little bit in, like, this direction, you know? So we're gonna work with that, kind of give the hair a little bit of play. Again, yet another thing I've not been perfect at as of late, and trying to do more. Really, my biggest inspiration for drawing anything, ever at all, is I watch a lot of other artists on the internet, and I see their process, and I look at what they put out, and I go, that's something I'm not good at. And I want to, or more so, not even that, but just I feel inspired to draw the kind of thing that they're doing, right? And I'm just like, how do I do this? Like, how do I figure out how to draw this myself? And, pick up whatever little subtleties about it I love. And that's where we get to. That's where we're at. That's how we're doing it. That's what the cat ordered, or whatever I don't know sayings. What are you, a person? Get that in there. Perfect. There we go. Very nice. So we didn't put any lashes on this side. Let's go ahead and do that. Similarly, a little more upward, because again, we're at an angle here. Like about there. I think that's good. For the head shape, let's just get that going so we can draw the hair around it as well. And this one I still kind of don't know if I love my particular head shape that I work with. It's something I edit like off and on, just trying to find what feels right. I have a very anime style, but granted, I don't ever usually follow any strict guidelines. I like there being cheeks. It looks cute, you know, it's kind of feminizing and youthful and fun, and it's just like, yeah, I got cheekbones, I'm a human being, woohoo. Everyone loves it. The kids, they love the human beings, don't they? And so you draw more of that, you have more clientele, everybody wins. Everybody wins. That's the way it works. Granted, getting that perfect shape is hard to do, but, like with anything, I feel it out as I go, and I think the sketch was pretty on point. I think we're at a good place here. You don't want to put down lines when you're not confident about the sketch, but obviously I took the time to sketch it this morning and get this out of the way firsthand, just so we'd be ready, as I mentioned, and I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me for being on top of that. Go me! Don't forget to congratulate yourself. Always do that. When you do something right, when you're on top of your shit, that's good. That's not just, that's what you're expected to do. That's, hey, good for you. Look at you fucking go. You're a natural getting stuff doneer over here. You with your amazing, fantastical ability to just do stuff. Not everyone can do that. Maybe you can't even every day. I know I can't, but sometimes, when you can, it's important to remind yourself you did a good job. And I mean this in no joking terms. Like, I am constantly working with my self-worth. All the time. Anyway, caffeine helps, granted. But, it can only do so much. It's always good to keep an eye on how you're talking to and about yourself, and... thankfully, I have a pretty good relationship with my artwork. I know how to go, hey, this looks even better than last time, instead of looking back constantly and going, oh man, I sucked! Which you did. We all did. Every time we do something, that we've done before, we do it better. But, I like to focus more on the learning and the getting better than the worrying that I suck all the time, because that's just not constructive. If you can avoid it, definitely do. Yeah, we're just gonna do a little of that. A little bit of that. perfect. So I'll just bring this down here. Again, another fun little lock of hair. I do want it to be a little bit on the larger side though, just like that. Yes, yes. Bring that up from there. A little too thin, just like there. That'll do. Perfect. All right, let me get rid of that there. No, that's not right. Hold on a moment. I want to bring this up here. Perfect. Got it. Hope y'all are enjoying the amazing tunes here, the boss fight music from the game I've been playing. All right, let's do this. No, too far in, too far in. The head has a shape. Consider that there's a head under that hair, and also that this hair on top of the head. These were the first two mistakes I ever made drawing. You know, it's just considering everything. You're like, I draw the head too big? No, you didn't. You absolutely did not. Heads are big. Heads are bigger than we give them credit for, and then we spend a bunch of time trying to hide that fact in the real life. Think about the time you've spent trying to shrink your own head. It's a very real thing. That's right, little Timmy, it can even happen to you. The most important thing to do is to get your head under control immediately, as quick as possible. Look at Darren here. His head is tiny. He shrank it in the sun, just over the summer vacation. Meanwhile, Billy here, he let his head grow to the size of a watermelon. By goodness. Alright. A little bit of fun here, just like, a little bit of piercing. Gauges all of my characters. I have gauges, my characters have gauges. It's kind of a rule, you know? Everyone needs to get their ears pierced to be one of my OCs. It's just, it has to happen. I'm sorry, these are the rules. I make them. I'm not gonna pretend I don't. It's just the fact of the matter. I'm gonna do a little bit of that. I don't love that line though. This is gonna be like, we're kind of working with like the edges of the hair there. I might even rough that up closer to the end, but for now, let's just give this a little bit of play in the hair. Not quite. There it is. Just a nice little amount of fun going on there. The rest of it is coming around here. A little bit of swish at the bottom just because that is kind of being pushed this way, that way. So there we are with that. Let me give this, I guess as long as we're like almost done the head here, once I clean things up, I'll go ahead and I'm gonna do the mouth. I think that is just like a really cute expression. I kind of love it. So we're gonna stick with that. Nice little like, nah, you suck, I'm the best gamer, fight me. That's very her. You know, she's very competitive. All right, perfect. Moving on now. I think that should do for, oh no, we need the neck. We need the neck. Hold on a minute. So make that a little straighter. There we go. So we pull that back. If I ever say make that a little straighter, there better be a good reason for it. So yeah, I think that'll do. I think that's a cute little look there. We can maybe even add like little tiny other tendrils of hair here, like in the back here as well. But ultimately, I think this is a good direction to go in. I like the idea though, yeah, of just having a little bit more play in that hair, having that come around the head. But if I'm gonna do that, I want to connect the hair a little bit more and just have there be a little bit more going on there, just because, you know, just because. I don't need a reason, but I do, because I'm kind of teaching right now doing this, right? So I kind of also do. Don't mind me though, I ramble. It's a very real thing. Scientists have been trying to fix it for years, and there's just no real good answer for it yet, but you know what, we're on it, we're looking into it. We're gonna find the cure for rambling as soon as we can, and I will keep y'all posted on that as soon as I hear back. So far, no research teams will return my calls. I imagine that will change eventually, We're on it, you know, we're working at it. Can we do... Let's do the shirt. Also, we should get rid of these extra lines here. What are we doing? There we go. All right. So we got the hair there. It looks very cute. I might even go ahead and go as far as to, like, add another little swoosh there. Like, just enough to... There you go. Yeah, a little more hair-like that. In fact, let's do that with all of these. As long as we're taking the time, let's do a little more details. Just nice little... that. It's these littlest details that make all of the difference, I think. Let's grab that. Bring that up a bit. What are these doing? Has anyone seen the new Clone High? Like, no spoilers, I've only watched the first episode, but it's... woof. The first episode of the new Clone High, one thing I will say, trying to keep any spoilers out, the humor definitely bridges a gap. Not bridges a gap, sorry. It's definitely... it's edging on something that's not great. But I feel like ultimately, hopefully, it was just kind of addressing the Gandhi situation for just all the backlash that they got for that character and kind of addressing the, oh, you know, politically correct now, yada yada. These are things that people should fucking care about. And I'm not gonna say it handled it bad, but they almost used a couple of words that were like, that character has never used those terms. That feels, you know? So they're playing with fire. Hopefully, now that we're past that episode and the lesson was learned for the day, that will keep happening. But I don't know. Don't tell me anything. Watching through it with Jay. I really hope it's... it did have a lot so far of, like, the humor also that I did love about the older season, because I just finished rewatching the old season of Clone High, which still holds up, still fun. A very whimsical little thing, and didn't rely on too much of the unpleasant things that animated comedy tends to. So, you know, I'm hoping for good things. Let me see. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with the hair now. It's looking kind of cute. Just like, yeah, there she is. Look at her. She's so confident. She don't even need to fix her hair. Just blowing in the wind. She's having fun. Hell, let's go as far as to even just like freaking heckin' dangin'. Let me make that lock a little bit longer. Get rid of these things here. Yeah, sure. But I'm just gonna do like a little bit of like, yeah. No, actually, you know what I do? You know what I do? Give like little details of just like the little hairs off the neck. No, you know, if I don't have the hair pulled up, that's redundant. We don't actually need to do that. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Do listen to me, but don't listen to that part. Which part, right? Exactly. Got it. Saving this. Let's bring this around. Bring it around town. Perfect. Nice. Kind of... In fact, I'm almost wondering... Now, this could be a crazy idea. What if I used the Millie pen here for the clothing? Make it look a bit more artificial, a bit less kind of, you know, because clothes are patterns. They have such a, like... This might look a little bit more like an article of clothing. Let's try. We're experimenting. We're learning today. We're gonna... I can't talk, excuse me. I'm sorry. I spent an entire hour and a half I should have been streaming just fighting off a bee in my apartment. So my brain, not 100% screwed on right now. I am gonna be a bit frantic, and that's just how it's gonna be. But we're working with it. We're working with it. We're getting better. Can we pull this down? There we go. Yeah, I kind of like that. Perfect. Get that in. That in. Just a nice little pattern here. All right. Although, there we go. There we go. I want to edit that one though. Bring that like a little bit of an angle. Again, vector lines, your best friend. You'll love them forever. Okay. Moving on, let's get this done. I want to do... I I think I'll save this for the bunched parts, and then just do the rest in traditional pen, because there is going to be some line density going on here that we're going to play around with just a bit. And again, not wanting to go entirely by the sketch, but also the sketch is there for a reason now, isn't it? Why is Plock on my screen? I don't know what it is. I don't know why it keeps happening. It doesn't need to... Why is Plock everywhere on OBS that I didn't just... Don't mind me. Don't mind me. The Plock is gonna get you. Anywho. That'll do. So we bring that down, a little bit of an arm shape here. You know, you got some folds in the fabric. We're having some fun. There's some play in it. You know, it's just kind of scrunching around a bit. You got like some loose bits here, and that's all just kind of coming to a nice little fold around there. Maybe some of that there. Just, you know, it's imperfect. It is fabric. It's got some folds in it. We're having fun. Just bring that out. Maybe even more like that. Yes. Then bring that into a bunch there. Give that a little bit of play here, where it's like, yeah, there's kind of a fold in here. It's fine, you know. This fold isn't mine. I'm holding it for a friend, you know. There you go. Bring that in. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of figure out where it's gonna gather there at this area. And I'm gonna hit that with a milli pen later, but for now we'll take care of the rest of it. Let's bring this over here. Not leave random dots all over the canvas by misclicking. It's another very easy thing to do. I'll just pull this up here, get rid of that. And that. Alright. So, the way this works, I was drawing a different article of clothing when I did some of these lines here. This is probably closer to what we're looking at here for like kind of a looser kind of sweatshirt top here. I think this will create the depth that we're looking for. I don't know, mind you, but maybe it will. I'm not sure. We'll stick with this for now. We'll feel it out as we go about it. If anything looks unnatural, we'll edit it later. You know how I always say that and I don't always stick to it? Don't talk to me about that. Don't remind me. I'm working on it. We'll pull this down here, give that the little bit of... This is the fun part too with like bunched clothing, is like you can kind of define where it sort of pooches out here a bit. And you bring that up around there, and you've got like some shadows to draw there. There's so much fun to be had here. I swear, sometimes when I'm trying to like teach what little art I know, I also kind of feel like I'm making it sound like I hear math, where it's like, this sounds very technical and boring, but what I'm saying is actually the key to something interesting. Yeah, and some say the same about math, but to that I say, like I said, I'm a robot, but I'm not a fucking calculator, okay? A really smart person put math into me so I could work. I am not that smart person. And then, how do we... I think that's it there, just like... Yes. Just like that. Not quite like that, though. Actually, can we... Yes. Rid of that, rid of that, rid of that. That'll do. Let me maybe pull that back just a little, though. There we go. Alright, that's looking good. Can we... Pull this in a bit. Let's grab this. Give the other shoulder here. Similarly kind of falling off to the side. I want that a little more rounded though, just right at that corner, because that's going to be a little bit bunched because of the kind of clothing and just where we're going with this. And then the breast here, that's going to be kind of protruding this way. Not quite that far out. That's... Bring that like... I'm following the wrong lines here. Bring that around here. A little more round. I do not have the steadiest hands, you all know this. but we're gonna get it. There we go. I think that looks good. So we'll get rid of some extra stuff we don't need, get rid of that. That's a little overlap point there. We've got even that little bit of, like, wrinkle here to show, like, yeah, there's a sleeve here, it's just behind her back. That's the pose, that's what I'm working with. How are we doing so far? So that looks already like, yeah, look at her. She's so confident. Look at her. She don't give a shit. She's just like, yeah, you know what? I'm wearing my running shorts and a sweater top. I'm going for a jog. Okay. So yeah, like I said, I was using the Milli pen for the, like, little bunched part in the neck. Let's do the bottom of this sweater top and the end of the sleeve here with that. I think it gives it that, like, perfectly, very manufactured look where it all kind of becomes, like, stretchy, if that makes any sense. That makes sense, right? Let's go here. Pull this down. It's gonna be a little bit bigger than the body it's around, because it's gonna kind of come out a bit. And then we just draw that like that. Kind of pulling inward like this. Uh-huh. Alright. Although, I'm not hyper confident with those lines, though. Let's make that straight down, because that's probably facing us the most. Start kind of blending it outward a bit. Not by much, but like just a little bit. There we go. So we'll get rid of that edge, get rid of these little bits that are poking out here. We don't need those. And yeah, that's really coming together. This is really... I feel like I'm getting better at drawing clothing. Like, I feel like I'm definitely doing better with that. Like, the way some of it looked not too long ago, was like, I just didn't know, but now, pretty happy with it. We're looking pretty good. We're looking cute, okay? How's the music going? Have I run out of music on whatever I'm playing? Oh, it's asking if I want to continue watching it. Actually, I think what I might do is I might extend this a little bit. Let's do this. Let me play a little bit of... Where that audio at, though? There we go. There we go. That's good. Nice little grooves. Hell yeah. Also, I can lower that window. I don't actually need that up. Okay, moving on now. As I was. Let's draw the body. No, actually, no, sorry, we didn't finish the sleeve. I'm working on the sleeve. Don't get ahead of yourself, Breezy. You got this. Let's do... Not leave random dots everywhere. Let's do that. Just like that. Kind of bunched and gathered in a very definite and very planned way here. Though... A bit of this. Yes, perfect. Looking good like that. Yes. Alright. We have a sleeve. We can get rid of the extra little clink and various BS over here. And we're looking fantastic. Look at this girl. We'll save that. Now we draw the belly. So let's go back into this pencil here, into the pen. Just gonna touch that up there. That'll be our little secret, a little Bob Ross secret. This is always the important thing with clothing. Like if it's elastic, it's pulling in the skin a bit, right? And that's kind of pooching out from there. And these are you gotta pay attention to these things. And again, another thing that I feel like I'm getting a little better at. So happy little victories. So we'll draw that. I might even make that like a little bit closer in here. As we're kind of pulling that toward the self here. Just like that. Now, just bring that around yonder. Right up here. Kind of round it on that side, and then just bringing it upward through here. That's a little too far out, though. Also, I'm not following my own method here. Let's make this an easier hand stroke. Just like that. Now, what was so hard about that, Breezy? Oh, I don't know, Self. I just didn't want... I don't know. Don't listen to me. I talk like an idiot. Let's bring that down a bit. Like 6? Yeah, that looks good. Let's go with that. So let's do the top of that. Again, work with hand curvature here. Let's just bring that like here. That's right where you're kind of bringing in the skin here. Very nice. All right. Perfect. I think I like it. So, that being done, grab this. Let's bring this like kind of around this way here. We're gonna bring this leg, which is kind of bent upward a little bit at the bottom, but it's just still pretty much normal on these sides here where it is. It's here, you know, we find it. And then the other natural curvature of this leg coming down as well. However, this one's gonna be, you'll see when we get to the rest of the leg here. And that's gonna just also kind of come a little bit out, just a little bit out. Kind of like it's being gathered at the end of the lower garment here. You know, see, that's somebody wearing an article of clothing. It's 2 articles of clothing, actually. Socks to be seen yet, you'll see. You'll all see! Because she's twisting a bit, the belly button will as well. You see she's standing straight here and kind of turning to the side, so everything needs to consider that this is all going like that, you know what I mean? These are just the faint things that I'm kind of working on right now. Trying to have a better eyeball out for. If you're trying to get better at drawing, follow... This sounds like the most basic and stupid advice in the world, but I'm not as online as I used to be. But, like, if you're on YouTube, watch the shorts, like follow artists on there and look at the, like, few second things that they post, that they, like, cross-post from their, you know, probably from their other social media. And they'll put, like, quick little drawings of, like, how they do stuff, and here's, like, a speed paint of stuff, and you can learn so much about someone's process by that. But also, don't be afraid to look at longer videos where they just kind of explain, like while you're eating dinner or something, pull up a thing where they're like, hey, this is my process and how I draw. That, it's all worth its fucking weight in gold. Just always get information from other artists. No one is 100% original. You learn so much from them. Just listen to other people who do stuff, and you'll get better at it. As long as you're doing it. I know if you're not practicing, I'm watching you. Especially you, Jim, I see you there. Probably isn't a gym in the house. But the point is, if there was, they'd be mildly freaked out. Bomberman Hero. Oh yeah, it's Bomberman Hero. He's gonna kick you in the scrotum. Because he's Bomberman, yeah. He's gonna blow up a building. Gonna go on a killing. Spree, then he's just probably chilling. Oh god, it's Bomberman, yeah. Okay, let's pull this in here. Not quite like that. That's getting further from our goal. There we go. Just a little more like that, though. Not like that. Not quite like that. We were getting there. We were reaching the pinnacle of perfect. And then I had to open my big old mouth. It's big mouth time, baby. Oh yeah, look at this. Legs coming together, looking pretty good. Let's do the foot. This is something I'm actually really working at. That the sketch I based this off of was really kind of showing off this stance, and I was like, this is a good time to work on this. The front of a foot. Why am I so bad at that? Like, I'm talking about a foot with an ankle, like sitting on the floor, you know, showing it off without like the long formation of seeing the whole foot. I don't know why I'm bad at that. Or actually, if I'm being quite honest, of course I do. The only reason you can be bad at something, I have not been drawing it enough. So that's where we're at now. We're working on getting better. Get rid of that, pull in this here, just give a little bit of, this is a foot here. We're just working with a foot. Right, this is just a sock. We've got like the little curvature here, on like the side of the foot, for the ball of the foot. That's a sock there, and that's looking great. Let's give it even a little bit of that. Yes. If I may here. Get rid of that, get rid of that. That is a leg. Probably one of the best legs I've ever drawn. So I'm torn on whether or not to kind of draw, like, the rear buttocks here. I mean, I guess I should. I never know. I've never worn shorts like this. But I imagine, you know, even still within them, there's a little bit of, well, you know, let's just go with the heart. We know what we need to do here. So if that's coming from that angle, even with a bit of a twist here, we are working under the assumption that's maybe coming from like there. That's all also going to be the same color as the rest of the garment, just, you know, shaded, of course. Yeah, sure, that looks good. Let's get the knee here. This is also going to be coming around this area, a little bit higher than where the knee ends on the other one, just because we're pulling it upward. The lower part of the leg right here is just, you want to keep it real small, real simple. It's leading backward. And the sock here, also just kind of keeping it real nice and basic, just little lines here. Because it is so close together on the other one, you can even make it kind of like just real close here, where it's like, yeah, we're taking the consideration, but we're also noting that this is not a lot of depth. So we'll pull that up here, give that a little bit of a sock. Everyone loves socks, don't they? Not in like a pervy way, but just in like a having socks, as opposed to just walking around in clunky shoes. Anyone? No one knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so we'll take this, bring that up here. More of kind of like a long foot shape here. I might even go as far as to just take this a little further. And I don't know if I want to draw like a very determined heel there, but I kind of do. And I think that's probably a good foot shape here. That's good. Yeah. Alright, perfect. So real quick, just like a second look here. Oh, we need a hand. We need a hand. But then after that, I think I'm going to kind of pull back and see where we are on that and see if we want to look at coloring it. Next up, let's see if we can get a little bit of this going on. Just a little bit of that. Yes. Not like that. Not quite like that. Cancel that. And she's got like other fingers going on here. Just hands. Nothing crazy, just hands. Hands in the air. Sky's the limit, hands in the air. Grab this. Get rid of that. Yeah, you know, it's looking pretty good. Awesome sauceum. Now, I do look at this now and I'm wondering, like, do I have the head shape right? Because I was picturing her looking down a little bit, but then that's not what we're doing right now, so I will take the liberty of saying, hey, you know what, let's maybe mess with this just the teeniest bit. Can we bring this, like, oh, not like that, hold on a minute. Can we bring this all at a different sort of work here? Just a little... Can we do a... Is it Alt? No, it's not it. That's never been it. It was never Alt! Never! Grab those and give me Control. There we go. Now it's right. Yeah, that looks more like the angle we're looking at here. Yes, perfect. Vector lines are your best friend. Vector lines are your... Okay. But yeah, look at this girl. Let's get rid of the sketch portion. You also pull that in a bit. Look at her. Hell yeah. Okay, so now, because it is determining the way that she's standing, I do need to take into consideration that she is leaning on something. I'll finish drawing that. I was thinking maybe like stairs, like on a front deck, you know what I mean? So let's do that. I will still pull this up a bit just for reference then. I'm thinking... We still have pretty good stabilization on here. I might even dial it up just the teeniest bit more. But... Not like that. But... Drag this a little bit out, just kind of have some fun with it. Pull this down. Not like that, but more like that. Yes. So, get this going on. Not so much. Also, if I can, just bring this. Straight lines are my absolute nemesis. And especially for something like more, you know, kind of manufactured like a fence, I would traditionally use just straight lines, but listen, we're trying to get better here. We're working on art. It's a process. We're gonna be fine. There we go. Another one. And my idea is that this is all gonna kind of come to like a little stair thing going on here. Just like, if I can actually start another layer, which I'm gonna do right now. Another vector layer, bring that down here. I know what to do. So, let's take this, like, here, and we're gonna create kind of a, like, there's a curve that this will come to the tip of the stair. I am actually gonna go ahead and use, like, a straight line for this. Let's say from here to down here is where we start getting to some stairs. And that's gonna kind of like come up and around and what have you, but it'll be real clear what I'm doing here real soon. So that'll be there. Let me see here. That's kind of like the front block there. Yeah, okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm smart, leave me alone. We'll do a bit of a just like basic, and I mean basic, stair situation here. That's gonna take, considering this. Not quite like that. Like here. Yeah. Also just dawned on me, I'm working at an angle and I'm not correcting where I'm... Learn from my mistakes, kids. Let's do that. Yes. Okay. So now we're making stairs. It's looking pretty good. I can also, actually, if you hold down shift, you can get it to hold a darn angle, which is going to be pretty useful here, I think. that's why. Okay. Right up there. Without screwing it up, please. There you go. I think I still want that a little bit larger, though. Yeah, just a bit. That'll do. That's perfect, actually. Let's grab those. Let's put those up here. Nice, nice. Alright. Let's do this. Actually, no, we don't need to maintain that angle. That's actually okay. We can make it a little wider here. Let's bring this up from here. Whoop, not like that. Like this. There we go. Alright. There's some stairs. Let's actually extend some of these here. Bring them up to size. Not like that, though. There we go. Alright. So I'm gonna get rid of the stuff in the background here. From this layer. Just... she's in front of the stairs, they're not in front of her. Get rid of this here. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. I love it. She looks amazing. Okay, so now... Now. What next? We're gonna do... nothing. No, we're gonna do... I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know what? We'll color in the character, we'll decide the background afterward. It's not gonna be super intense, I might even just kind of go watercolor with the background, but let's do the proper character coloration here. Let's go ahead and close this for now. I'm gonna open up underneath here a new folder for color. Let me name it something. Awesome, awesome. So we have this, let's create a new layer, basic layer here. The other thing to consider is I need to do a quick little... Also, if anyone knows in Clip Studio Paint how to invert your selection, do let me know. It would save some time. I have to do it the long and boring and dumb way. Which is, well actually hold on, let me get rid of the background here. Which is basically that I have to just kind of consider these lines here, like, well, you'll see here. If I select this, like everywhere outside of here, collect all the little areas, holy sketch, all the little areas that are like between certain things, and then just like invert it kind of, but it's cumbersome what I'm doing. It's not the right way to do it, if that makes any sense. Actually, that's... no, it's gonna be the back of the hair, so that needs to stay there. But yeah, we'll get rid of the stuff we don't need around here. We gotta clean up a line there around that also. Let's get in here. No, not like that. Like that? Yes. So like the way I kind of do this, convoluted though it may seem, is I actually just go ahead and I color everything around it, and then I just fill that in on another layer. Because me, big smart brain or something like that. Let me grab, like, dark red here. Throw that down. Just a quick basic sort of outline of that, and then we'll fill that in with the skin tone here. Probably, I don't know. Where do I usually have her at? I might actually have to refer to another image to know, but I don't have one on here. So you know what? We're guessing. We're having fun. Let's do... I want to say she's around here. That looks right. Yeah, so to do that, getting out of here, selecting only the editing layer, select here and get... we're scaling way too much. Let's pull that back. Maybe like... I don't know... like 3. 3 should be good. Let's pull that out. That'll work. Let's fill that in. Give it like a... not quite the right color we're going for here. That looks right. Yes. Okay, bring this in. All of the... When you learn to shade over your colors, instead of trying to figure out how much they're shaded over, layers are your friend. Layers, always, always, you big ol' friendo. Let's color that in. Make sure we're not missing too many deets. You don't want to miss those deets! But also, I need to fill this all in by going to that. There we go. Much simpler. But yeah. Just filling that all in. Just as a base layer here. And we can base the other layers off of that once we get rid of the rest of it. Just like this. Right there. Not like that. No. Get rid of that. Refer to all layers. There we are. So yeah, we get rid of this, get rid of those, get rid of that. All this background stuff. There we go. Perfect. Alright, let's work off that. What are we gonna do? Let's do color layer over here. Let's make another, make that like the layer that we're basing it off of right here. Using that layer mask is very, very useful. Lets us color like this, where we're like, oh hey, I only want it to go where I have this selection. Well, done and done. Now we're doing that. Perfect. Everyone loves it. I'm gonna give her an article of clothing I actually have, just because I like it. Which is basically like a light pink, kind of like a top here for the sweater. I think it's a cute look. Again, we're going to want to go back to referring to all layers so we don't fill everything in constantly forever, because that's not what we're trying to do. And just fill that in there. Get all the bits you can't hit with that through here. And kind of define the space. Yes. Very nice. So we have that going on. What the hell? Make it match. Or really... No, that's too much like panties. We're going for like running shorts here. That'll do. She seems to have forgotten her shoes. I'm not gonna draw shoes though. I'm very, very lazy right now. Go to some Nike designer for that. I don't draw no shoes. I do draw shoes. I just didn't with the sketch, and if I start now, we're gonna be here all day. Shoes? Complicated, turns out. Fun fact. Now, I have, with this character, fluctuated on the hair so many times. So much like, where do I want it? How do I want it to look? And it's been roughly this length, but it went from like being all blue to being like black with blue highlights. I like the neon blue. I feel like it's a really cool pop. The only thing is, she's gonna be 100% trans-colored here if I do that with this outfit. Which is fine, you know, I mean, yo, represent it here, but... You know what, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. I love the idea of her just having really bright blue hair. I think it's a really cool look on her. Oh yeah! Oh, also, I didn't clean up that line there, me big dummy. Get into here. Get rid of that. There we go. Alright. That is not the correct layer. There we go. And you know, for the hair, for the clothing, traditionally, you know, if you're keeping track of things, you're doing these on different layers. I'm just keeping it real casual today. This is not a very complex piece. I'm just drawing for fun here, keeping it real simple. So we're not gonna go too crazy. We're just gonna keep all this color on like the same layer because it doesn't need to be that complicated right now. Let's just take some time off and think about just kind of having fun drawing and not being as technical about it for a bit. Is this good advice? Probably not, but you get the picture. There's a line here that I did not account for correctly. It's like, is that? Yeah, there we go. Every now and again it glitches and like sends a line, real thin one, going in an odd direction. I don't know why it does that. I don't know when it started doing that. It's just doing it right now, it seems, but not a big deal. Very easy to clean up. So we got that in there, put this over here. Looking great. Let's do... That is her neck, that is not her hair. And again, obvious areas that'll be shaded, but we'll save that for the shading portion. Get this in here. Fun hair time, everyone's having a good one. Frankly, we can get rid of that though. So that's just background. It is. Look at our girl. Alright. Get up in the eyes here. So I've talked about this before in another video. If you're gonna do the eyes here, just come on up here. Right into like kind of the light blue area. Bring it right up to the corner. Not so that the circle here is like going into the corner of the picker here. Let me show you. But like, so it's fixed within it. So it's not as bright as it can go, but it's pulled back enough to make a believable kind of off-white for things like the eyes and for anything white that isn't like bright in your eyes, like basically like light shining off the eyes white. This will help give a level of depth and let you know that light is shining off the eyes and that, you know, this is light play compared to the color of an article of clothing or just something someone's wearing. You know, these are very different shades of white. So we'll put that in here. I'm just actually gonna fill in some stuff here that did not get well filled in. I see as we zoom in here. Always zoom into your work. Zoom in, zoom out, your best friend, good stuff. I say that all the time, but it's because it's true. You should always check these little tiny things from time to time just to make sure you're on a good roll. Her tongue. Let's make that... That looks like a tongue, right? Somewhere around there. Let's give that a little bit of this, a little bit of the magic here. The magic, I'm using no skill here. We're just coloring this in. Help of a bucket even, just give us a little bit of, there you go. Just real playful, so little bit like meh, you know? Mario died. It's an art stream and Mario died. I'm that bad at gaming. Anyway, where was I? Yes, so this color here, we're gonna put this right around here. Right over here. We're gonna fill in these lines now. Perfect. Right here. Of course, getting all the little bits that we didn't hit with that. It is important to do that. If there are any imperfections in your work, then I'm going to pull you aside and I'm gonna have to talk about your grades for this class, okay? There we go. Also, class is less fun when you're all on your best behavior, so please throw shit at me. Keep me awake here. I am the drunk teacher having trouble staying awake, you know? So, Dubbed has brown eyes, but they're like a very bright kind of orangey one too. There's a lot of play in here with like the way that I color the eyes, and I want to do like probably like up around here. Maybe? That might be a bit too much. That looks right. I'll bring this down to like a real deep kind of orange into like that brown range. Give a bit of, like, I don't like drawing perfectly black pupils. I like to kind of like still play with the color that they're working around with the iris. But just get it kind of like closer to that color than anything. Like real close to dark, but like just not quite full-on black, because that can be too... And I know that pupils have no light in them and they look, you know, dark anyway, but listen, I'm not working off science here for the most part. I'm working off just illustration, aesthetics, all of that fun junk. You know the stuff. Let's color this in here. If we get the... actually, pull it back just a little. I want to actually make this so that we're pulling only like a scaling of like 2 pixels here, nothing wild, but just enough to select only the area we want here. For this, we're gonna take this color, and we're just gonna draw it back like real deep, like even probably, well actually not as much as the pupil, but enough that's like a nice dark orange. We're gonna make a nice big kind of spray can here, pull this back to like 1 hardness, so it's very faint here, and just kind of start building on top of that, building that little sort of darkness on top of each other. I might not be going ham enough on that. If I can pull this a little further, just lightly kind of working up into it, creating that sort of shadowed curvature of the eye here. Very good look. So, making it darker up around there, bringing it up here, bringing it in. Yeah, awesome. Look at that. I'm gonna finish coloring in the irises though, because it looks like those still need just a little bit of love. So I'll pull that in, bring it like here, dial it back a little. There it is. Nice. Save that, pull back. She's really coming together. I'll say I don't have a good explanation for why she's dressed this way, or what exactly would make this practical. But this is a body study. I'm not here to be perfect. Let's bring this. Let's grab these little bits here, actually. And just pull these back a bit. I think this fold is just going a bit too ham. Let's pull it up a bit. There we go. That looks right. And there she is. Let's give her... I like my characters to have nails that kind of match their hair. I think that's a nice little flourish to have. Just real cute. The people, they like them cute. Okay. And there's that. Now, I wanted to show y'all this thing that I do, where we were talking about how she has piercings. So, with her eyebrows, I like to use this thing that I do, where we take let's take all of this and just make it like a little bit less defined here so I can see the sketch work behind it. These piercings here, what I do for that is we'll get into the lines here again, make a new thing, probably a vector. Let's go into the effects here. You see this little line here? It's kind of behind the chat, but take my word for it. This little circle here, if you're using Clip Studio Paint, this is going to create an outline. If I'm drawing with this, it'll create an outline of whatever color I make it. Right now it's white. However, what I like to do for piercings, especially if we're doing like sterling steel, you know, just nice and, you know, stainless steel, kind of like nice looking sterling silver piercings is the word I was looking for. You get into like kind of a light mid-gray here, and we'll make the line like a much darker gray, not black, you know, because it's too intense of a, you know, we're working with like realistic colors here. But then that'll look like that. So you can just make piercings with this. We can just pop in here, get back into there if we can, and just make these pop on out of here. And look at that, we're already just, no guesswork, you're done. I love that. It's a wonderful little tool to have. You could use this and like outline dodging for so many little things. Like it is just an endless, like absolute kind of like digital art hack that you just don't have with like real life illustration, which is pretty neat. I like it. So now shading. Shading is fun. Shading is probably my worst subject. Hopefully we'll learn more today. Let me close this up here, give us a, probably also on the color end here, bring up one more layer. I'm gonna get this all back to 100 if we can, right here. Let's give us, say, get rid of the sketch, let's give us another layer based off that one, but let's give this maybe like, I like shading it like somewhere between like 10 and 30. Somewhere more usually like 25, 26. It's not gonna be really deep. Hey, Sass! Good, you're still here. What about Pokemon? Did I miss there was a Pokemon song? I can never tell. I might mess with the coloring of this just to make everything a little more congruent. I feel like the shorts are a bit too bold with like the more pastel coloring going on. It's something to return to. Actually, no it isn't. It is, right. No, you know what? We're working with layers. We can change it later. We can change it later, even after we shade it. Aren't we a genius? Go down to the black here. The 25% will make sure it's not too stark here. We're gonna add some shine to the eyes too, but like I like highlights to be last. That's very kind of finishing touches. Let's just get the shading out of the way. We'll do, if we're guessing where the sun's coming from, maybe somewhat direct on her. Just enough to kind of cast a little bit. So probably something like that. Let's draw this all in. A little bit of consideration on all that. And, yeah. Let's make sure we have... I don't really want to close the gaps. I think this is just... as much as we can get away with auto-filling in and touching it up as we need to. Just like that. Alright, the back of the hair. Right here. That's also gonna kind of be off to the side, but let's do... I want some of this to kind of show, even still. Even with the shadows of everything being cast, it's just... I want some light to still be there, kind of playing off it. I don't want to hide everything in shadow, that's not my intention. So there's that. That's actually too extreme of a shadow. Right here. That's perfect. If I can get it right, but if I can, yes. That will do. So the hair itself will be casting a shadow also. Things to consider. And around here. I just tend to shadow the neck for the most part. Though granted, if we want, we can take a little bit of this off. Just a little bit. Maybe... yeah, make that a bit bigger. Or better just... that. Yeah, let's bring that around here. A little bit still being cast from the head. Though I did not do a perfect job of it even still. No. just like that. Kinda, sorta. You feel it out, you know. You figure it out as you go. Yes. Awesome. Okay, dial that back in, fill that hair in once again, because we cleared that area out. We took some of that we didn't want to. Alright. A little bit of play there in the ear as well. Trying to see if there's anything else that like really sticks out that I'm like, oh yeah, I should hit that. Probably just like right in here, right in like the middle of the hair. Kind of a zigzag here of shadow where we're just like, yeah, this is strands of hair are protruding from here. The light isn't exactly hitting everything. This is not how light works, right? Let's pull this like that. Yeah. All right. Also, I need to fix the color on that. I do, because that's not where we need it to be. That is lacking pigment. There it is. Perfect. Ain't she a gosh darn cutie? The answer is yes, she is. Let's do... Yeah, I think that's good. Shading clothing. This is fun. And by fun, it's complicated. Let's do a little of this. Just if we could make that the correct color, that would certainly help too. Any hoozles. You know, if we can. If we can. Not quite like that. Or... that pipe, or more so that flute, kind of sounded like... the pan flute kind of sounded like that mix that someone made of Germa on Smart Pills going ding, 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 a little bit. That's all I can think of now. Have y'all, I don't know if anyone's here, have y'all heard the fucking clip that I guess like Germa deleted a VOD, but one of his last playthroughs, he was playing a game and just, it sounds like there's a really loud noise that's just like deafeningly loud. And he didn't want that on a VOD, so he got rid of it. But it sounds for the life of it like a grenade came into his window and exploded. And like Jay, Bree, and I have been like just listening to that every morning, laughing our ass off. It's really funny. I don't know what happened with the game, but whatever the hell it was that caused that, it's just so loud. And no, I don't know what it is. There were some theories from people, apparently. The people were saying maybe it was like a bit that went wrong. But no, I mean, he's done big production level enough stuff that if he was just gonna do a dumb gag, he wouldn't have not checked the levels, you know what I mean? He's a pro. Germa, he's been at it for a long time. I don't think that's his style, so who knows? Weird little thing, but in retrospect, it's really funny. Just having that very loud noise happen. Can I do, like, yeah, just like that. Okay. Just a little of that. And a lot of fun. Let's do that. We can just like, let's pull that up a bit. Down there. Alright. Yes. Perfect. Not like that, though. That's less perfect. That's... there. Okay. Casting some shade with them boobs. Alrighty. Look at this. These beats are so fresh. Color that in. A little bit more with the shading here. Tiny little details to be done. Again, I don't want to have like intense or like massive casts of shadow here. It's just gonna be kind of, yeah, we're wearing a shirt, you know, we're having fun, living our lives, doing what we do. And yeah, it's gonna be a nice little line of it here too, just underneath the little folds, because that's how light works, isn't it? there it is. We can do for this portion here as well. That's gonna be like yeah, there's a little of that. Kind of coming around the side here. A little bit of shadow. Kind of love that cell shaded look. It's a real good thing for me. I have fun with that. Can we? I'm trying to think where to go in this direction though, because like I'm not sure. Now what if, and hear me out here, we match the socks here with this garment. Although, no, that wouldn't work. But then, you know, maybe it's okay. Maybe everything doesn't need to be aesthetically the same. You know, I mean, not everything needs to be pastel. I don't know. I'm torn. What shall I do? No, I'm not sure. I'll finish the shading and we'll come back to the color later in a little bit. Let's bring this around here. It's still kind of off to the side. It's a nice little corner of the world here. And we're bringing that around. Yes. Perfect. Bring this another little curve down here. Again, nothing super drastic, but enough to show that there's light play. And we're just gonna bring that over here. Yeah, just like that. It's not an immense amount of shadow, but it is there. We have to account for it, or as the fellow in the hydraulic press channel that I haven't watched in like 10 years used to say, we have to deal with it. We're gonna do like, there we go. A little bit of shadow. A shadow! There's a throwback. Yeah, just a little. Alright, we're coming together. Let's do a little bit more shade down yonder. Just a little of that. Some right down here where the knee is. It's definitely going to be plenty of that going on. Not too much though. Know when to say, hey, that's enough shadow. It doesn't have to be everywhere, always, constantly. Just enough to make its point. We're doing kind of a cell shady thing here. It's just gonna be like, yep, there was reason for this. There was a deliberate purpose for what we're casting here. It's looking pretty good. This is lacking some pigment here. Let me fix that. There we go. And yeah, just peachy. Nice, nice. Okay. So for this foot, for this leg here, it's coming up, it's doing the whole having a shadow thing that everything that lives within light does. These socks are no exception to physics, to light science, the way that things play off of each other. Welcome to the nature show. Okay, there's that. It's cute, it's fun, it's nice, I like it. Let's give that a little bit more play as well. And showing there's like toes in there. Yeah, we got one cute gal here. That's VAL, baby! So let's do some highlights, and really that's gonna mostly just be the hair, the eyes, what have you. I'm gonna run in here. What do I want to do with this? I don't even know. Let's get some on top of the shadow layer here. Let's do white by like 73%, fairly bright. Actually, no, fuck that. We're going maximum here, because we're going to do the eyes. Those are going to have light coming off them. It's going to look stunning. Who needs to go over the lines? I forget. Okay. There we go. So, I haven't found the perfect, like, where I like the eyes to go yet. I don't like doing them too complex. The way I was doing this before had a lot more kind of fancy light play going on, but I'm trying to not go as ham with that. Like, lately I've been trying to find a middle ground with my different styles of, like, where's a good go-to that kind of incorporates both of what I like about one and the other. And I think just, like, a couple sources of light, little dots here and there. It does it for me. It doesn't need to be too intense. But, you know, it's something I'm still kind of feeling out. Like here, this could be like the same, like, color but brighter going on from the background. But I don't know. It's something I'm still working at and deciding how I like it to be, and figuring out a style, really honing in what I do, what you do. It takes time, always, to find something that feels like, yeah, that feels right to me. It'll take some time, but it's okay. Things don't have to click together perfectly all the time forever right now. That's never been the case. Every artist is constantly adjusting the way that they draw on the traditional yada yada. But we got some shadow here. Forgot to do that. Just with the general curvature of the eye here. Just like that. Okay. Am I still on non-copyright music? No, yeah, okay, we're still on, like, video game music at least. Okay. Good to check that. So we got that, we got more shadow coming in. Let's bring it down yonder. That looks fantastic. You love to see it. It's just good. It's just very good to see. That's looking good. Got that going on. I might even, like, pull that back from this end a bit, just because that's, yeah. There it is. Look at our gal, huh? Let's have... I guess I should put some shadow up here as well. Just enough to show, like, yeah, we're taking this into account. There we go. So for highlights, if we're going back to that, let's go into here. And let's just give a little bit of shine on the hair here. I'm gonna do, like, hell, I don't know. Let's take that color. Let's make that really, really bright, but not quite where it would be otherwise. Let's not go straight white for here, just because the hair is not, like, wet and needing to show an immense amount, but enough to show that, you know, hey, we're playing with the color we're working with here and how the light would play off it. I think this is pretty accurate to some degree. Not doing a great job on that, though. Let me pull this behind the lines also, just because that'll make my life a little bit easier, and I want it. And I think the light's coming from, like, up here. So we're just having some fun here. Just right there. Yes. Okay. Nice. I'm gonna edit that a bit, but first we'll just figure out where these are going and put them there at the very least. This is gonna be right around here. Still kinda spreading out a bit. Alright, and then right around here. Also. Okay. Nice. Brilliant. Ow. Hi, Evie. Welcome, welcome. We're drawing Val today because it's been way too darn long. And I actually need to make a duplicate of this because I kind of undid something that I consciously did before. I want to put the highlight layer for the hair below the lines, however, I want to move this upward. There we go. How's your day going, Evie? I hope you're having a wonderful one. I got a late start because I had to fight a bee earlier. Broke into my house, that bastard, but now we're here. We're doing okay. We've survived the bee attack. We're living okay, we're living our lives. Do I want to hide that portion of the eye? Because of the hair, or do I want to just animate the hell out of this and have it popping out? Yeah, we're gonna leave it like that, who am I kidding? I know me. I'm me, for Christ's sakes. I feel like something is missing, and for the life of me, I don't know what it is, and it's going to drive me insane. Like, what is it that I'm just totally spacing right now? Not too sure. It's something I will still figure out. Not like that. Okay, let's do... I forgot I had like a whole other thing I was messing with here. Can we... There we go. Let's do that. Okay. Nice, nice. My day was alright. It was busy and I'm tired, but that's okay. Oh, well, welcome home. Glad you're no longer fighting with that and that you can kind of rest for a bit. What do you think of Val? I'm drawing her today because it's been too damn long since I drew Val, and I'm liking how she's looking. I don't know. I obsess over every design all the time, constantly, and sometimes I just need to pull myself back and go, you know what, she looks cute. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're fine, Bubala. That's what I tell myself. Let me, though, grab that. Give this little treatment here. Grab this color. Put that right there. We're looking great. So, I want to kind of have like grass here. There's like a sidewalk going on down here. You'll see. I have a plan. She cute. Yay! Thank you. I'm glad. That was totally my goal. I'm gonna do... What do we do here? Let's take heckin' dangin' freaking right over there. Where's my... There it is. Let's take this and give it more oomph here. Let's do just like a nice little sidewalk. Yeah. Not like that, though. That's not what I meant to do. What I meant to do is pull this back open. Alright. That's it. Can I shift? There we go. Drag that up a bit. Perfect. For that's gonna be our sidewalk. Let's give that some lines here. Something we're still gonna play with again, just all the line coloration and stuff later too. But let's do this. Yeah. Not like there. And that one also a bit. Alright. Maybe like some plants behind her. Let's do that. Let's do some plants. Let's do some grass. Let's do background. I'm thinking start with like a deep green down here just as a base. Get it nice and defined under that area. Let's do that. A bit too much, because that should be leading up to like a door or something. There and there, and right up around here. Sure, that'll work. Let's get some grass here. I like this sort of thing going on. Some grass. Let's go to grass. There's a nice little play of like green, light and dark green here. Can we make this a little bit brighter? Actually, there we go. That looks good. So let's take that and just kind of go ham with it. I'm gonna do... That is not what I'm doing. We're doing this. Yes, just like that. Let's make that a lot bigger. There we go. Righto. Also, it dawns on me, I can just select this area, probably, but yeah. Yes. That I can do that. We'll draw some in the back there, unselected, just to really give it that, like, rising up out of everything look, but... Fun little cheat here. I'm not gonna sit here and draw grass all day, come on. What do you take me for? So let's go ahead, I'll unselect that now. We're gonna still add a little bit more of it, just like, yeah, this is coming up out of the ground. It looks nice. This is very natural, very how this looks traditionally. You got some stuff coming up into the end here where you're like, oh yeah, this is more grass. What do you know? In fact, let me get rid of this as well. Alrighty. So we'll put stuff behind there even. Let's bring a little bit of a... No, that's not right. Hold on a moment. There you go. Let's do just a bit of a deck here. Just kind of like the front area here. Kind of laid out, ready to go. There's like a little front door as well. If I can get just like a straight line tool here. Let's use that area. Let's do... It's not even anything too crazy, just right there. Okay. Let's do... Still with that. Actually, no, that should be shaded, I guess, but like, no, the sun would be coming in. Never mind. I'm just going to like hyper second guess everything that I'm doing here. Do not mind me. Can we do that? Okay. And I'll just put like a nice little front door there. And we'll just draw bushes up along the side. Yeah. Here's the thing, you never want to spend too much time doing a background, unless you, like, are specializing in mostly making the background the show of it. And that's also not even true. I've heard people who are artists on the internet complain about spending too much time on a background, and that it isn't important, but it actually depends on the picture. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think sometimes the background matters. That's just my take. I know I'm just your crazy, wacky Aunt Bree, but Breezy here, Breesanthemums, all of us here over at Life City. Listen, sometimes the background matters. Sometimes you gotta get in there, you gotta go, hey, you know what, it's background time, let's go ham, let's just go absolutely heckin' crazy. We're gonna do a nice little... Let me do a continuous curve here. Let me do, like... What's that one? Where's our lines here? Where are they? Kind of? Yes. There they are. Let's give a nice little door here. Probably could actually put that behind those, but I can just erase that portion of it. So do a little of that. Little of that fun junk over here. Oh. I don't know that I love that. No, I'll just keep it a square door. It doesn't need to be that ridiculous. I'm gonna use a straight line tool here. Bring that length here-ish. Yeah. Why not? Have some fun with the orange in her eyes, do a little bit of color play here. That should be fine. Bring this down. That's her front door. It's a unique front door, but I've seen ones like it, and what can I say? I enjoy them. We can get rid of the extra lines that we don't need anymore, which are located in the happy little home of right here. Get rid of that. Use those and thems. Alright. Let me make this smaller. Right around there. And right around here. Nice. I want to have, like, maybe some rose bushes. Maybe. Let's do that. These leaf tools are just so much goddamn fun. Can we do here? What I love about these ones too is like the color that you kind of like gauge over here with the color wheel and stuff. This dimension, I can make it brighter and more lit by the sun if I touch it lighter. So the little touches I give are like a lot brighter, and it's like, oh yeah, look, it's just getting soaked by the sun, and it's got like the deeper bits underneath it. So it makes sense to some degree, and it looks great. And people, they go, how'd you do that? Oh, because I'm a genius, that's why. Oh, okay, yeah, no, of course, right, Breezy, of course. No, that makes perfect sense. So, that looks great. We're gonna get this in front of that door too. Just like nice little base of like dark leaves here, but also just starting to come out here in little ways. Maybe a little less dense, but just kind of mixed in here. Make it look sort of organic, not hyper planned, but just kind of it's a real plant growing in the way that it does, and there it is. I will behind it probably. What am I using that for? Absolutely nothing. So I will fill this in kind of also in the back here just to give it more depth of just like being like, yeah, it's filled out, that's plants. This is defined as plant space here. There's nothing to be shown behind it or to peek into. It is on its own just this is a plant. When we have this door here, because of how we have the plant coming in, I don't actually think we need to have that hard line super visible. And if that's the case, let's get rid of it. Let me grab this. Not like that so much as like that. There we go. Perfect. So there's that. Let's get some flowers here. Just get this here. Not like that. Let's grab some of this. More leaves. Darker. Also, smaller cursor. Not that small. Not that small either. There we go. Okay. What can we do for this, like... I'm not sure. Like, what should I do for that? Let's see. Alright, let's get real lazy with the background here. Can I switch these? There we go. Feels too constructed, but I think that'll do. This little... yeah. Yeah, I like it. Bring this down just a bit, make that the background here. Bring that up. And like there. The only other question is, what do I do with that door to kind of define it? And I think I know what I want to do. if we go to, what is my shadow layer doing? That's 25. Let me give, like, a 25 layer over here. With opacity. Let's give that like a nice little darkening on the corners. You do shift here. Yes. Give me the line tools. Straight line. Polyline, actually. Let's just do a nice little this.
That's the first time I've seen another planet in space. It's beautiful.
That's not what I want to do. I might vector this one, actually. Do that. Yes. Still bring that down to 25 opacity, I think. Grab that. Go to my line tool. Where are you at? There you are. Okay. Let's make that big. I want it big. There's not the right thing about that. And so I did not get that to the size I wanted it to be. But we'll come back to it. So that one there, if we can take this selection, copy that. Is that right? I think that's right. Yes. Let's grab those again. Control. Can I select multiples of you, please? Pretty please. There. Copy, paste that. Down here. Nice little door details that are like, yeah, that's... There's some inlays on a door. Front doors don't tend to be perfectly flat. I will get rid of where that's kind of coming in through the rest of that, so I will vectorize it at this point. Let's go ahead and say, I don't know, like here. Rasterize, I mean, there you go. So we get rid of that, we just get rid of these little details here where the plants are coming up, because that's not the door, that's the plant near the door, and that's completely different from the door. That's what the plant's doing. What that plant doing though? So there that is. That looks right. This looks right. Zoom in even, just to get those happy little details. A happy little tree. There's that. There's that. Hopefully this. Some that. Alrighty. You know what? I like it. I think I really like it. One other thing I'm gonna do is I am just gonna rough up this area a little bit more. With some of this wonderful noise here. But other than that, my friends, I think we're about done here. Make that. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. Let me do a quick little signature here, and I think I will call it at that. Let me go over yonder. And let's do a little bit of fun here. Let's make a new layer for that. Do a... I like that. Let's do a vector layer. And let's make that like green on like dark black. Just nice and bold. Sign our happy little Siggy down here. I'm gonna do... What about... That's a good level there, I think. Just like right there. Yeah. Alright, sign that down. Snizboo. Too thin on that one. Yes. A little zero, stylized, look at me, I'm a robot, ha ha ha. Let's do that. Actually... Yeah, no, it's fine. Too big. That looks good. I'll even make that a teeny bit smaller. Okay. Awesome. There she is, though. That's VAL easy breezy. Hope you love it. Yeah. That was fun. I'm glad I drew her again. It's been way too damn long. I really, really love this character. I want to flesh out her lore a bit more. I haven't done a ton of work. She was more a design in my mind before I had like a character idea. But she deserves a damn good backstory. If I can make that a little smaller, a little bit smaller there, just only a teeny bit smaller. Doesn't need to be so large. There you go. But yeah, we got the girl. She looks great, and I'm gonna probably call it here. I think that turned out really, really well, actually, for what it's worth, and yeah, there we go. From there, I will go ahead then, and we'll probably move this on somewhere, and... Well, actually, I guess we don't have enough people to do a raid, but I think I'll just call it here. Evie, whoever the hell else came in, Sass, Pyrocat, Pooch, everyone, it was kind of a smaller stream today, not really, really busy, and I know it started like way fucking later than it should have because there was a bee in the apartment and I had a bit of a battle, but I'm glad I got this down. I'm really happy with this. Gonna probably pop this into the Patreon and then I'll post it later. But yeah, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. If you're watching this later on YouTube to get some art hints, I hope this has been helpful. And yeah, take care and bye.